Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Profit at Web for one more learning video tutorial. And today we are going to explore, or we can say that we are going to interpret or identify transaction made on a chart with our chatbot as well as AI. Okay. So I have been created a project in GitHub, which you can check it out. So if you just click on this one, the things are available. So if you just you can download the stuff, or you can get clone this stuff. Okay, so from that you can utilize this chatbot. Okay, I've already done how you can how you can run utilizing the web-based code editor as code space. So all you have to do is click on the code spaces and you can utilize, and from local as well by utilizing this git clone as suggested in the website. So if you follow set your virtual environment and do some pip installment, okay, all of this stuff, and just say uvcon dashboard to app and give the reload if you want to do any changes in the program. Otherwise and you can run this project. Okay, so what happens is, suppose if I am in this state, say suppose I am running this chatbot. Okay, so if I have to particularly just go as with search Google Lens, it will go first of all the AI stuff. Okay, it will try to give you overview. So from there you can identify whether whatever we got it is correct or not. Okay, after that you just click on the AI mode, and that is how the price action identification starts. Okay, so if you just go with this Google AI mode. Okay, so particularly it is kind of a generative AI. So whatever the results are there, I try to push sometimes as text as much as possible, otherwise it will try to keep it in brief. Okay, so how you go and how it identify your text, according to that it will give you the results. Okay, and as you can see, support and resistance, it has been given. I asked some of queries and it gave me what I'm looking for. Okay, in some of the videos what I've been done is I've shown how you can utilize, can run, and you can go with the MCQ, I mean especially in this rate of change ROC indicator. So what happens, you will be able to identify your indicator as deep as possible, and after that you try to code. That will be in a great way. Okay, so try to get in this stuff. Okay, and playlists are available, so you can check that as well. And this especially has been created for learning purpose, this chatbot. Okay, and especially this identifies a lot of stuff. If you want to validate certain things which you are looking, okay, in a chart, as I suppose price action, you never know what candlestick, what is doji, hammer, all the stuff. Okay, with wick, without wick, volume, okay, and what kind of a red candle it is creating and how it is creating a green candle. Okay, so all of this with the price and volume, so you can ask all of the doubts. Okay, so you can ask all the queries within this kind of a chart itself. Okay, so it is so suppose in this AI era, it is all there is a prompts are there. So suppose if you give any kind of a prompts, according to that the things will get generated. It is now the point is where to look and how to look. Okay, so in this case chatbot will be helpful. Okay, so you just have to give certain things and it will be helpful. Okay, so in this case what happens, just search with Google Lens will be helpful. Okay, so what happens, it just identify the chart, it will take it out. So as much as drag you will try to do, it will take it up, try to read, try to analyze, and give all of the stuff according. Okay, so you ask as of query, and you don't need to give any kind of explanation, not too much prompt. This prompt, it will be able to give you all of the results which you are looking for. Okay, so all of the doubts and queries you will get in the market especially. Okay, so if you run this stuff, it will be helpful. Okay, and you can run this in real time as well, getting in the real time chart, and you just try to code the functions helpful. Okay, so for that also you just if you go with the videos, that will be helpful. Okay, so just go with the playlist and try to see what can be done. Even the deep learning for stock price prediction have been done, machine learning is also done, sentiment analysis is done. Okay, so almost everything is covered in my channel, so try to look. If I just get with DeepSeek in this AI tool, so I've been utilized almost every tool, okay, which is available on the go. Okay, so if I say this chat which I utilized, I try to give images, but it is unable to recognize. What I've been done with the help of our Google Lens, we have a copy text method. Okay, so if I give this copy text message and ask the same questions, it will identify and give me the results. Okay, so lower, high, and all those stuff. Okay, support and resistance, what it is going on. Okay, so all of the things will be there. Okay, and it is in a wonderful way. It will get you a deep analysis, and some of this are kind of, as I already told you, it is kind of like artificial intelligence. It has a nature of a prediction. Okay, so in this case the chatbot is must. Okay, so that is the reason I came up with this project. Okay, so I must see you just try to utilize. So all of the things is there, you just try to read it out, this stuff. Okay, wherever chart is not available, you just copy text and give it, and it will be helpful. And in this say Copilot is also there. Okay, so if you just go with the Copilot search, and copy image is also there. Okay, so if you just image and paste it here. Okay, so whichever, and say identify price action, give the results, and in the end it will ask whether you want to continue or not. Okay, so that is also you can go. And this chat GPT is there. Okay, from there also you can go. And one more thing I've been done, so suppose if I go with this run chatbot utilizing web-based code editor. So what I've been done, I've been open this in Visual Studio, and with the help of a forward port, I'll get a link, and with the help of a Microsoft GitHub and code spaces, Visual Studio, and all of the stuff, what I will be able to do, I will get a link, and with that link what happens, I can open, I can make it public or private. So definitely it will be kind of a private, and if I sign in, what it will give me and flexible mode. So what I've been done, I was in my mobile, so I've been utilized that link generated from the Visual Studio code, so I'm running locally. So forward port, I will definitely gonna explore much what I'm doing as a locally, but I've been already done in a web base, so that is also you can check it out. Same working, just copy the link, okay, and can paste it in your browser or take it in a mobile, okay, and just run this. It will be the same in a mobile view size. Okay, so just utilize and just copy the screenshot and give it any of the AI tool which you are looking for. Okay, so that is how you can do, and even you can utilize this chatbot in mobile as well. Okay, if you want to do some kind of analysis, and it is not like that the analysis which you are doing, it is need to be like zoom in, zoom out. I mean, most of the time, if the analysis takes a deeper focus, and the part, all of the stuff is identify the AI tool itself. All the point is you should know English. Okay, so these are the price action it has been made, and at the end it is given this stuff. Okay, so the code is also given, in which they have been identified the resistance and support, so it is already marked. From this you can plan your trading. Okay, and they have been explained very well, so you can go how market at the end, as you can see, the sharp initial downtrend followed by sideways consolidations. So in the chart itself, you can recognize the somewhere market has been like dip down, and then finally it has been consolidated. Okay, so that is how especially the RSI chart has been made here. Okay, so whatever the RSI chart I have been given here, it is from the mobile. Okay, so from the identification is made and the RSI has been given, so according to that the prompt has been generated. So that is how you can go. Even the grok is also there. So if you ask for the price action, it will try to give you the analysis. In the AI mode, sometimes it won't give you the price if your text is not accurate. So try to give some prompt as required. Okay, and from this you will get a good learning, especially the learning part as a price action. If you know nothing about the candlesticks, how it is getting created, how it is going, so you ask all of the query and you will get a good learning. Okay, you don't have to study too much, just go in short. Okay, go for it and just ask the query, just read it and try to understand. That's it. And the rest of the things, as I already told you what I've been done, I've been generating a CSV file and parsing the date, and I've been given in my plotting charts. So one thing is there art or code they will give you, say suppose at the end, without recognizing or anything, you can't run. Okay, so I have been done a lot of videos related to how you can access the data and can plot the charts. With this the resistance and supports, if you want to do, you can follow the code. Okay, I've been made it very much simple. You just have to go any of the recent videos. You can the rate of change itself have been explanation. Even MACD is there, where add plots is there. So here I've been added an add plot and given some resistance and support. Okay, with all of the support whichever I have in frame, I just got with length I've been given as a data frame. Okay, so it recognizes this stuff and I'm able to get the value as a color blue. Okay, you can print this stuff, so I think you can recognize what it is going on. So from this, if you run this stuff, what happens, it will give you some of the values. So as you can see, this is how it is going on. Okay, so the length identified and this is the value which you are looking for. Okay, so from this the blue line is created. Okay, your support is created, and then finally what happens, your resistance is got created. Okay, so that is how things are going on. So this is how the build-up will be formed. Okay, so I try to give you the code, otherwise you just try to get from the previous code. Just read the file. So whenever I run this chatbot, I will definitely get a CSV file. I just have to save folder and I have to call index underscore column equals 0 as we get as 1 2 3 4 serial wise number. So we have to identify 0 and we have to pass the date. Okay, so if we are able to do, we can set support and resistance and we can get what we are looking for. Okay, so exactly this is the support and resistance, and plan according to your analysis. Okay, and go for trading purposes. So that is how you can go. Okay. So I must say that all of the chart on the go have been analyzed, and if anything left out chart, you just whatever the LLM is there, try to give and see how it is going on. Okay, for the validation purpose also you can take it out, and to recognize the resistance and support, there is already formula is there, even chart is there. Okay, but I think the much text we are getting, that is great. And even I think if you want to make it stable, you just learn from all of this text. Okay, combine it, okay, blend it and give a perfect this stuff. So if any things comes out, it will take try to give it as a machine learning kind of identification and prediction with deep learning. Okay, so with sentiment. So these three things are, I think, combined, we are getting these results. So just try to combine, because I've been already done videos related to all of the stuff, sentiment, deep as well as machine. So try to see how you can utilize. Okay, so all of the results are very much wonderful, if you just read it and if you are trading in the market, it will make a lot of sense. Okay, so try it out. Thanks for watching. Please do like, share and subscribe. If you have any doubt regarding this video, please do comment below. If you have any other queries or requirements, please do contact me at my WhatsApp. Thank you.
This image displays a BTC USD 15 meters candlestick chart plus volume from a trading platform, covering a period from the afternoon of November 16, 2025, to the morning of November 17, 2025. Market Activity Summary. The chart illustrates a period of significant volatility and a notable price drop for Bitcoin BTC against the US dollar USD during the specified timeframe. Price range. The price oscillated between approximately $93,000 and $500. Downturn. Starting the afternoon of November 16, the price experienced a sharp decline, falling from highs near $96,500 to a low around $93,000 in the early hours of November 17. Volume spikes. The largest trading volume spikes indicated by the red and green bars at the bottom coincided with this downward movement in price, suggesting high trading activity during the sell-off. Recovery. A modest recovery began on the morning of November 17, with prices climbing back toward the $96,000 mark. Market context. This price action was part of a broader market context where Bitcoin experienced significant downward pressure in November 2025, with prices briefly erasing their year-to-date gains. Overall trend. Bitcoin had fallen sharply from a peak above $126,000 in October 2025. Market sentiment. During this period, market sentiment shifted to extreme fear as the price broke below key support levels of $94,000 and $95,000. Key drivers. Analysts attributed the drop to factors such as slowing institutional ETF inflows, macroeconomic headwinds, and potential profit taking. Based on the sharp price drop and high volume shown in your chart, news sentiment for Bitcoin BTC between November 16 to 17, 2025, was overwhelmingly negative and dominated by extreme fear. The market sentiment was described as risk-off, as investors moved away from volatile assets like crypto. Key drivers of negative sentiment. The chart captures a period when several negative news and macroeconomic factors converged to drive down the price. Breaching key support levels. News reports highlighted that Bitcoin decisively broke below key psychological and technical support levels of $100,000, $98,000, and $94,000, which triggered significant sell-offs and further panic. Macroeconomic headwinds. A primary factor was the waning expectation of a Federal Reserve interest rate cut in December, which generally tightens market liquidity and reduces appetite for high-risk assets such as cryptocurrencies and tech stocks. Mass liquidations. The rapid price decline on November 16 led to the liquidation of hundreds of millions of dollars in leveraged long positions bets that the price would go up, which amplified volatility and shattered investor confidence. Slowing institutional inflows. Reports indicated that inflows into spot Bitcoin ETFs had slowed sharply, and long-term holders were selling their positions, signaling a lack of institutional demand to counteract the selling pressure. On November 16, the price drop triggered a technical death cross pattern where the 50-day moving average crossed below the 200-day average, a classic bearish signal that reinforced negative sentiment among technical traders. The recovery seen on November 17 in your chart was noted in the news as a potential relief bounce, or a moment where large investors began, but the overall The image provided displays a BTC/USD 15-minute candlestick chart with the accumulation distribution ACCDIST indicator for November 16 to 17, 2025. This chart is a technical analysis tool used by traders to gauge market sentiment and confirm price trends. Chart analysis. Price action. The price of Bitcoin BTC decreased from approximately $96,500 to a low around $93,000 between the afternoon of November 16 and early morning of November 17, 2025. Subsequently, then, rising above $95,500 by late morning on November 17. Volume. The middle panel, showing volume, indicates high trading activity during both the initial price drop and the subsequent recovery. A particularly high volume spike occurred around midnight on November 17. Accumulation distribution ACCDIST. This indicator, shown at the bottom, is a cumulative measure of money flow. Hollow bullet. The ACCDIST line moved downward during the price decline on November 16, confirming selling pressure distribution. Hollow bullet. As the price started to recover on November 17, the ACCDIST line also began an upward trajectory, confirming the renewed buying pressure accumulation. Market context. As of November 17, 2025, Bitcoin has been trading with a daily high around $95,423 and a low of $93,811. The current price reflects a recovery from a general downward trend observed in the days prior, during which the price dropped from highs over $100,000 earlier in November. Accumulation distribution AD trading strategies, Trend Spider. What is the accumulation distribution indicator? The AD indicator is a technical analysis tool that measures the accumulation or trend spider. How to read Bitcoin candlestick charts. A Beginner's Guide Without. The 11th of August 2025, long green body, indicates strong buying pressure and that the price has significantly increased from opening to closing. Binance. Google's finance data. Google Finance provides a simple way to search for financial security data, stocks, mutual funds, indexes, etc., currency and CRI. Google. This image displays a BTC USD 15-minute candlestick chart along with volume data and the average directional index (ADX) technical indicator from November 16 to November 17, 2025. The chart captures a significant price drop and subsequent recovery within a volatile period where Bitcoin prices were around the $93,000 to $96,500 range. Market activity and price analysis. Significant volatility. The chart indicates high volatility, particularly around the transition from November 16 to November 17, marked by large red down volume spikes and significant price movement. This aligns with market news from the time reporting over 150,000 traders were liquidated during a recent downturn. Price drop and recovery. Bitcoin's price dropped sharply to a low around $93,000 during the early hours of November 17, which was a notable 6-month low at the time. Following this low, the price began a strong upward trend, recovering significantly by 10 o'clock on November 17, reaching back above $95,000. Market context. During this time, Bitcoin's 50-day moving average had recently dropped below the 200-day moving average, a death cross pattern that often signals potential bearish conditions and high volatility. ADX indicator interpretation. The ADX indicator measures the strength of a trend, not its direction. Trend strength. The yellow ADX line stayed relatively low below the 25 threshold for most of the period shown, which typically indicates a weaker range-bound market. Momentum shift. The slight upward slope of the ADX line towards the end of the chart around November 17, 10:00 suggests that the upward price movement was starting to gain strength, moving from a range into a more defined trend. The news sentiment during the period shown in the chart November 16 to 17, 2025 was overwhelmingly negative, characterized by extreme fear. The market sentiment, as measured by the Crypto Fear and Greed Index, was at a low of 10, the lowest level since May. Key news drivers of negative sentiment. The sharp price drop visible in the chart aligns with several significant bearish news events and technical indicators. Price collapse. News headlines reported that Bitcoin had fallen below the critical $94,000 support level for the first time since May 2025, reaching a 6-month low. Death cross pattern. Technical analysts noted that Bitcoin was approaching or had confirmed a death cross, the 50-day moving average dropping below the 200-day moving average, a major historical pattern that typically signals further bearish market conditions. Market liquidity issues. Reports indicated the crypto market still suffered from hollow liquidity following an October crash, increasing the risk of sharp price swings and making the market fragile. Macroeconomic concerns. The sell-off was partly attributed to a risk-off sentiment driven by broader macroeconomic dynamics, including a stronger US dollar, uncertainty over interest rate decisions, and institutional investors stepping back from risk assets. Significant liquidations. The high volume spikes and rapid price moves in the chart were linked to news of a fat finger error by a large trader and massive liquidations, which further shook market confidence. Shift in sentiment. End of chart. Towards the end of the time period covered by the chart, around 5 o'clock to 10 o'clock on November 17, news reports began to cautiously signal a potential reversal or relief bounce. Despite the prevailing fear, the price had stabilized above key support levels around $93,000, $95,000, and some long-term metrics indicated Bitcoin was undervalued. The image provided is a 15-minute candlestick chart for the BTC-USD pair during November 16 to 17, 2025, using the average true range ATR indicator. BTC-USD price action analysis November 16 to 17, 2025. Downtrend. The price of Bitcoin was in a significant downtrend during the period shown, falling from a range near $96,500 on November 16 to a low near $93,000 early on November 17. This confirms broader market sentiment around that time, where BTC was struggling to hold key support levels below $95,000. Price volatility. The average true range ATR indicator, shown by the red line at the bottom, initially decreased as the price dropped into the early hours of November 17, suggesting a period of consolidation or weakening momentum. Potential reversal. Around 0 on November 17, the ATR line began to rise again, and the price started to reverse direction, forming green bullish candles. This increasing ATR in combination with a price reversal can indicate strength behind the new upward move. Key support resistance. Market analysis from this period noted a crucial support range between $92,500 and $94,000, which the price dipped into before recovering. The price then rebounded towards the $96,000 area by 10 o'clock on November 17. Understanding the ATR indicator. The average true range ATR is a volatility indicator that measures the average range of price movement over a specified period. It does not indicate the price direction but rather the intensity of the movement. High ATR values result from sharp price advances or declines and indicate higher volatility. Low ATR values are found during periods of extended sideways price action or consolidation. Use in trading. Traders often use the ATR to adjust position sizes and set appropriate stop-loss levels based on current market conditions. For example, in a high volatility market, high ATR, a wider stop loss might be used to avoid being stopped out prematurely. Average True Range ATR Fidelity Investments. Description: Average True Range ATR is the average of true ranges over the specified period. ATR measures volatility, taking int. Fidelity. Average True Range. Formula, advantage and limitations. Average True Range ATR. The average true range ATR is a volatility indicator measuring the average price movement of an asset O. Bajaj Finserv. Using the average true range ATR indicator, a comprehensive guide. The 16th of February 2025. Understanding market volatility is key to successful trading, and the average true range ATR indicator is a powerful Exness Insights. This image displays a BTC USD 15 meters candlestick chart with volume and the Commodity Channel Index (CCI) indicators, likely from a technical analysis platform like TradingView. The chart covers a period from November 16, 15 to November 17, 15. Chart components and analysis. Price chart top panel. This main area uses candlesticks to show price movement. Each candle represents a 15-minute interval. Hollow bullet red candles indicate the closing price was lower than the opening price during that period. Hollow bullet green candles indicate the closing price was higher than the opening price. Hollow bullet the price trend shows a significant decline from approximately $96,500 on November 16 down to a low around $93,000 early on November 17, followed by a recovery towards $96,000 by mid-morning on November 17. Volume middle panel. The bars below the price chart show the trading volume for each 15-minute period. Hollow bullet taller bars, particularly a large green one around November 17, 15, indicate higher trading activity during that time, coinciding with the price low and the start of the recovery. Commodity Channel Index (CCI) bottom panel. The yellow line is the CCI, a momentum oscillator that measures how far the price has moved from its average. Hollow bullet values below -100 typically suggest an oversold condition or strong bearish momentum. Hollow bullet the indicator is well below the -100 line during the price drop, confirming strong selling pressure, and then curls upward above -100 as the price begins to recover, suggesting a potential bullish reversal in momentum. The combined view suggests that after a period of strong selling pressure, the market found support at around $93,000 with high volume, leading to a shift in momentum indicated by the rising CCI and a subsequent price recovery. Disclaimer. The image provided displays a BTC USD 15-minute candlestick chart with the check-in oscillator. This technical analysis tool helps traders assess market momentum and potential reversals. Overview. The chart shows Bitcoin's price movements and corresponding volume and check-in oscillator readings from November 16, 2025, 14:15, to November 17, 2025, around 10:15. Price action. Bitcoin's price is fluctuating within a range of approximately $93,000 to $96,500. The price experienced a sharp dip on November 16 evening, around 19:15, and subsequently began to recover, ending near the top of the range shown. Volume. The bar chart at the bottom of the main price chart shows trading volume. A significant spike in red volume bars occurred during the sharp price drop, indicating strong selling pressure at that time. Check-in oscillator. This is the blue line graph below the volume chart. It measures the momentum of the accumulation distribution line. Check-in oscillator analysis. The check-in oscillator can be interpreted using zero-line crossovers and divergences. Positive values. A reading above the zero line suggests net buying pressure and a potential bullish trend. Negative values. A reading below the zero line indicates net selling pressure and a potential bearish trend. In the chart, the oscillator crosses below the zero line on November 16 evening, confirming the selling pressure during the price drop. As the price started to recover, the oscillator moved back above the zero line around November 17:00, 15, indicating a shift back to buying momentum. Overall, the chart captures a volatile short-term period where strong selling pressure was met with a subsequent recovery, a move confirmed by the check-in oscillator's shift from negative to positive territory. Disclaimer: cryptocurrency trading is highly volatile and involves significant risk. Technical indicators are tools for analysis and do not guarantee future results. This information is for educational purposes only and not financial advice. Check-in oscillator, TradingView. Check-in oscillator * definition. The check-in oscillator is, at its core, an indicator of an indicator. The check-in oscillator take. TradingView. BTC USD Bitfinex candlestick chart, investing.com India. Create alert. 23 hours 14 minutes and 53 seconds real-time data. Type: currency. Group: miner. Base: Bitcoin. Second: US dollar. Volume: 896. Bid ask: 94. Investing.com India. Understanding the check-in oscillator, definition, formula, and the 20th of October 2025. The check-in oscillator is a technical analysis tool used to measure the accumulation and distribution of moving average. Investopedia.
Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Profit Trader Web or one more learning video tutorial. And in this video, we are going to explore decision tree learning. Okay, so it is one of the machine learning, and other parts of machine learning have been already discussed, so you can check it out. So especially machine learning and deep learning. Okay, so this is the continuation of our previous video, and it is related to generative AI as well. Okay, so if you watch this video, it will be helpful to take it these things, so it is important. Okay, so the previous video and the code, so just take it out, copy this stuff, and let's move to our Jupyter notebook. For the installation of Jupyter notebook, you can check in my channel. Okay, so let's move to the coding. So right now we'll just paste our code here, and we will do some changes. So to make it short, just say instead of this as a news, and we can say this as a labels, so that will be great. So if in this way it will give you the results, so that will be great. Okay, and already the chartbot is running, so you can refresh if you are looking for the data, or otherwise you can just say open this tab, okay, particular. So right now I have like this volume line graph with original volume, okay, with the bars and then candlestick chart. Okay, and if it is like 100%, we are just try to take it out. We'll just say save image as. Okay, so it will take our data and we will store it as in our same method, that is chart.png. Okay, so we just store this stuff, and we got our chart, and now we do some analysis in the real time, as we'll get our data as well as positive, negative or neutral. Okay, so our data, and so let's begin with our coding part, and we will do it this okay, so just see these things. So first of all, we just start with import graphics. If you are not aware about the graphics and the installation process, you can check in my channel. Okay, so this is important, so it will help you to get the proper decision tree classifier. Okay, so we have kind of a flow chart, so this is important. So graphics is important to visual. Okay, we just to go with this as from sklearn, so that is important. So we just install this as pip install scikit-learn, and from this tree we have to import our algorithm as a model. It will be import decision tree classifier. Okay, and next we have to give is export underscore graph viz. Okay, to this we are good here, and now we'll go with our vectorizer, that will be from sklearn dot feature underscore extraction dot text import df vectorizer. So this is the model which converts text to numericals. So this is important. So it will, there it is, wrong or right will give us. So we are right here, and next thing we just put our news and our labels. So all we have to do is just take it out, our news, and secondary we have to give it the label as well, so positive and negative. Okay, so yeah, so we got our news and labels. Right now we will go with our classifier. I mean, first of all we have to give the x, so for that reason we have to call as a vector, so as a vec, and we need to call the features. So it will be like df vectorizer. In this vectorizer I have to give a max features, which will be kind of a try to get some of 10 in a best dimension. So this is the thing which we have to say, and we need to fit this. So this vector dot fit, try to transform. So we have to give it here news, and fit underscore transform we have to say. Okay, if we say this stuff, we just instead of y we have to say clf, and in this clf what I'm doing, I just call that decision tree classifier. So here we just have to start with our max depth. So here also we have to say how we are going. Random underscore state will be 42. So your max depth means in at least three kind of a flow charts we should declare the results. So like that, and we have to fit. So we have to say x, and our y is labels. So that is how we have to say here also. So step by step we are doing, and x is done, CLF is done. Now we have to call our dot. So in this dot we have to, like already called export graph viz, and in this graph viz we have to say about the CLF, and our out underscore file equals none, and we have to say about the vector. So there is a feature underscore names will be there. So we have to say get dot feature underscore names underscore out parentheses. Okay, so especially in this, what I'm saying is calling each and everything. Okay, for class names, so we have positive and negative, so we can say, and even in this if any kind of a neutral is also there, you can give it. Okay, if 0 is there, so you just in between just say neutral. Okay, but we already have, like positive, negative, so we just have to say this way. In between I think I'll get an error, so I'll try to resolve. Otherwise neutral will be good. Okay, because sometimes we'll get 0 also without any sentiments, because that will be kind of a moderate will be there. Okay, if any kind of a no movements are there in the market. So we got our class names, and we have to fill with colors. So we have to say true, and those rounded as we get some of the flow chart as in box or something like that. So the end part should be rounded. So that's the reason we are telling it as rounded. Okay. So I think before running this stuff, we should check, okay, whether everything is good or not. So I believe here features name, whichever it is there, should be get from a vector, as we already called the classifier, and we are missing the stuff, so we need to call in this way. Okay, and if everything is good, we'll get the results. Okay, so I think everything is good. Right now we will get our graph, so all we have to say graph is, okay, and in graph is we have to talk about source dot render the file name we have to give. So we have to say there are a number of files are there, so we have to say this way as sent2. So I think that will be good, and format will be png. Okay, and the next thing we have to is like any cleanup is required, you have to say cleanup equals to. Okay, this is how you have to call, and if you are good, we'll get our classifier. Okay, so we got, and to display this stuff, all we have to say from python dot display import image comma display, and we have to say display of our image, which will be sent2.png. Okay, everything is good, so let's display. So as you can see, we got our results, neutral and negative. Maybe this thing what we got here is not a great idea to get some of the neutral part or something like that. We just try to stay with the negative and positive. So we just take it out and run once again, and we see the results. Got here once again, and then we will display this stuff. Now if we see this stuff, positive and negative, from this we can try to take this stuff, okay, because when we are giving certain stuff and if 0 is not there, it's just getting confused, okay, and in between if you want to clarify, you can extend this stuff, okay, that is up to you, but I think this short feature is good, okay. So here we are good and it will get the result. We just have to say our flowchart name, that will be t2.png, and we have to say analyze this flowchart and provide me the details. You can say as this, provide me the details in few words, and let me know whether it is positive or negative. We can say this and we run this stuff and let us see what the results will get. Okay, so somewhere we got the flowchart. If we are unable to understand, we can give it to our generative AI to conclude. Okay, so this way it will definitely gonna give us positive. Okay, so most of the time what we got is from positive, it got started and end with the positive. Okay, and the main results of as positive, negative, mostly the negatives at the last end is negative kind of a thing, and rest of the thing is positive, and even our chart is also in positive state itself. Okay, so we can say that whatever our prediction, it is correct, and now market is going in a positive directions and our sentiment is in positive. Okay, so that is how we can conclude some of the stuff. And as of right now, I just wind up here. Thanks for watching. Please do like, share and subscribe. If you have any doubt regarding this video, please do comment below. If you have any other queries or requirements, please do contact me that by WhatsApp. Thank you.
Chart overview. Asset and time frame. The chart tracks the chart overview. 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 Asset and time frame. The chart tracks the price of Bitcoin against the US dollar BTC USD using 15-minute candlesticks, indicating a short-term view of market activity. Price movement. The primary upper chart shows price data from November 16 to November 17. Green candles signify that the closing price was higher than the opening price within that 15-minute period, while red candles indicate the opposite. Price levels. The price on the chart ranges from approximately $93,000 to over $96,000. Indicators. Volume. The middle section uses red and green bars to show the amount of trading activity. High volume with a price increase, green bar, generally suggests strong buying interest, while high volume with a price decrease, red bar, suggests strong selling pressure. Copic curve COP, the bottom indicator, is a momentum oscillator. It moves above and below a zero line to signal potential long-term trend changes or market bottoms. A rise from below zero is typically a buy signal for long-term investors, indicating a market recovery is underway. Market sentiment context, November 16 to 17, 2025. The price action in the chart, which shows an initial drop from over $96,000 to below $93,000 on November 17, aligns with a period of significant market volatility driven by several external factors. Bearish macro environment. Bitcoin briefly erased all its gains for the year 2025. This decline was linked to a broader climate of uncertainty, including hawkish remarks from Federal Reserve officials that reduced expectations for a December interest rate cut. Extreme fear readings. The overall crypto market sentiment, as measured by indices like the Fear and Greed Index, dropped to its lowest level in nearly 3 years during this time, signaling widespread panic and negative sentiment among investors. Regulatory concerns. The G20's Financial Stability Board had recently warned about significant gaps in global crypto regulation, which contributed to market jitters. Correlation with chart indicators. While the Copic curve is a lagging indicator used for identifying long-term market bottoms and not for short-term news correlation, the volume bars on the chart do show activity aligning with the price drop. The sharp drop in price on November 16 to 17 was accompanied by spikes in volume. Both red and green bars increase around 19:30 on November 16, indicating high trading activity during a time of selling pressure. The Copic curve itself is below the zero line and appears to be flattening or slightly turning up at the end of the observed period, which, in the context of broader negative sentiment, might have been an early, lagging indicator of a potential short-term bottoming out after the sharp fall. The image provided is a BTC/USD 15-minute candlestick chart with the Donchian channel indicator applied, likely from a platform like TradingView. The chart shows Bitcoin price movement from November 16 to November 17, 2025, with prices fluctuating between approximately $93,000 and $96,500. Key information. Asset pair: BTC/USD, Bitcoin against the US dollar. Timeframe: 15-minute candlesticks, 15 meters. Price range November 16 to 17. The price highs were near $96,500, and lows were near $93,000 within this period. Current Bitcoin price. As of November 17, 2025, the price of Bitcoin is around $95,621.20. Understanding the Donchian Channel. The Donchian Channel is a technical analysis tool that helps traders identify trends, volatility, and potential breakout points. Upper band represents the highest price reached over a specified number of periods. Lower band represents the lowest price reached over the same number of periods. Middle line, the average of the upper and lower bands. In the image, the blue line in the lower panel likely represents a custom Donchian channel or a related indicator, with wider channels indicating higher volatility and narrower channels indicating consolidation. A price break above the upper band suggests a buying opportunity, long position, while a break below the lower band suggests a selling opportunity, short position. The Bitcoin price action shown in your chart, covering November 16 to 17, 2025, occurred during a period of extreme negative bearish market sentiment driven by specific news events and technical factors. Key news and sentiment drivers. Extreme fear. The overall sentiment across the crypto market plummeted, with the Crypto Fear and Greed Index reportedly hitting a low of 10. Extreme fear, a level not seen in a long time. Major price drop and death cross. On November 16, Bitcoin broke a key psychological support level, falling below $94,000 for the first time since May. This downward movement triggered a significant technical event known as a death cross, where the 50-day moving average crossed below the 200-day average, signaling a strong bearish trend to technical traders. High liquidations. The sharp price drop resulted in the liquidation of over $617 million in leveraged long positions across exchanges overnight, forcing traders to exit positions and adding significant selling pressure to the market. Macroeconomic headwinds. The crypto market was moving in tandem with a broader, risk-off sentiment across global assets. Factors included uncertainty over Federal Reserve interest rate decisions and a general pullback in investments for risky assets, including AI and tech stocks. Liquidity concerns. The market was characterized by thin liquidity, which amplified price swings. Analysts noted that even small trades could cause significant volatility due to a lack of deep order books. Investigative reports. News broke on November 17, 2025. Regarding a report by an investigative journalist group exposing crypto's shadow financial system and illicit activities, which may have further dampened investor mood. This confluence of negative news, technical sell signals, and a risk-off macroeconomic environment explains the downward pressure and subsequent high volatility seen in the price chart during that specific 48-hour window.
Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Profit at Web for one more learning video tutorial. And today we are going to explore generative AI. And in this video we are going to generate response based on text. And this code what I am developing here will be precise. So don't even miss a comma. So we'll start our coding with the URL, and it is an important factor. We should know this URL. Okay, so all it gets started with HTTPS, and we'll say generative language as we are dealing with generative AI. Okay, then we say dot Google APIs, okay, .com, and the next thing which we have to mention is version 1, and whether it's alpha, beta, gamma, we have to say that. And the next thing which we have to say is the models. So we have to call Gemini, and the version will be 2.5. Okay, and the name start with as flash, and we just generate the content with the help of this. Okay, so I think we are good to go. And the next thing we have to do is we have to get the response by posting, in which I'm going to utilize the request model. There's already libraries there for this GenAI, but as I know Python, the API as well as JSON, so I'm ready to do these things. And if you are following my video, you already know what I'm doing. So just go with it. Just give the URL, okay, and mention the headers in this curly braces. In we have to say only the API key. Okay, so if you follow any kind of other videos, it will be too much in a code or something, and we are taking only the required stuff. Okay, so here I think we are done. And the next thing we have to say about the JSON, and in this syntax is important. So all we start with curly braces, and in this curly braces what we are doing, we are dealing with contents. Okay, and in this contents what we required is to deal with parts. Okay, so in this we have to say parts, and in this parts we are going to give the text which will be in our square as well as curly braces. Okay, so which will be contained as a text, and this text will be, we will say any of the things which you are looking for. So in simple we'll say explain AI in few words. So everybody know about the AI, and if it is not familiar, it will lead in ambiguity. Okay, so we are trying to generate some of the standard response, so that's the reason it will definitely gonna give the required results. Okay, so this should be precise, and the response should be in a JSON, and I'm gonna straight put this in a print. Okay, and if I'm not done any mistake, it will definitely gonna give me what I'm looking for. Okay, so you have to fill certain stuff, which is you need to import the module, and you need to import your API key, which is you have to open the file which is available, which is in text, and you should read them. Okay, and if any spaces are there, you need to strip them, and the file name should be perfect. Okay, and if you want your API key, I will give a video, a 60-second video, link in the description to try. Okay, so we just check that everything is good, and all you need is syntax should be perfect. If you miss anything, it won't give the results. Okay, so I think I'm pretty much closed everything. Okay, parts text, So let's go with it. Okay, so perfect. We have been generated what we are looking for. Okay, so the text, the response which we got is machines start think and learn. Okay, so it's definitely a machine learning, and this kind of a things as an API which gives boost to your machine learning. That's what we say as an artificial intelligence. And there are a number of things are there to boost up the machine learning, okay, especially those models. And I think in our part, this generative AI, this API helps a lot. Okay, and it will definitely gonna automate our process, say fundamental analysis or sentiment analysis in a great way. Okay, so the part which we can do generate response, and even can text to speech we can do, a lot of things can be done, and even some of part of the image generation is there, but we have to set some billing part. But I think we no need that thing. We can follow our Chartbot application which is in GitHub, and if you are looking for the video, just check in my channel. Just utilize those image, and if you give that image to this, it will gonna give response as it is given in text. So it will be great. Even you can check the GitHub pages. It is mostly explained how it is exploring the images and generating the responses. So for that reason we are exploring this stuff. Okay, so it is correlated, and further also if it is missed something, we'll explore some other generative AI concepts, or say generative kind of a API which allow us to generate responses as per our requirement. Okay, as of right now, thanks for watching. And so suppose if you are looking for any kind of a particular response, you can call in this way. You can say as a candidates. Okay, and the response which it will generate as if you try to query, okay, more and more, it will get you an error. So it's best make it precise and make it less, so that will be great. So candidates you can say as a 0th, and you can say as a content. Okay, and you can call the parts where it is available, so contents and parts. Okay, and finally with 0th and with available text. So you will get only the part whereas text is there. So let's run this stuff and see what we got. So if you have not done any mistake, and this time the response which we'll see will definitely gonna something else. So as it was suggested something else, as of right now it is smart computers start learn. Okay, since it is a generative AI, it is a dynamic one. It generates responses based on your prompts, based on text queries. So all of the stuff so should be accurate, and whenever you get the results, since it is in Python, and if you know the Python, you can store it in CSV text where you can utilize later. So I've done a lot of stuff like generating MCQ. Okay, so mainly I've been generated some of the response, took it in CSV, and then I have been generated some of the images with the help of Python, not with the help of this one. Okay, so a lot of stuff which we can do, as in we can create an audio overview, video overview, mind map, okay, quiz, flashcards, as our notebook LM does. Okay, especially an LLM, whatever the things does, any kind of a generative AI does, we can do all with the help of this. Okay, so make it precise, and whenever it is required, go with it. And there are a lot of predictive models are there, so you should know better that first, and then you should come to this. Okay, so what happens, those things which were as in data which you are looking for as in collection, so this will be L4. So all of the things is like kind of a boost up you can utilize. Just collect all of those things and give it to your models, and look what the magic it does. Okay, as of right now, thanks for watching. Please do like, share and subscribe. If you have any doubt regarding this video, please do comment below. If you have any other queries or requirements, please do contact me by WhatsApp. Thank you. Hey, what's up parent? Welcome to Profit Web for one more learning video tutorial. And in this video, we are going to perform some of analysis, especially price action made by a chart. Okay, and this analysis I'm gonna do with utilization of chatbot as well as generative API. Okay, so if you want to know about chatbot, you can visit my channel. Okay, and you can check out the playlist, and you can check the search bar by tapping as a chatbot. Okay, so plenty of videos are there. I've already done how you can identify price action of candlestick chart utilizing the number of AIs. Okay, like ChatGPT, DeepSeek, Copilot, even Grok, okay, even Gemini and Lens. So in this particular video, I have done some of the chatbot, the particular update of its dashboard, and I have been given tab related to technical indicators, machine learning as crossover signals. Okay, so you can check it out.
Analysis
So
of the
most
chart.
of all things have been updated in
Price
technical
action.
indicator
The
itself.
price of Bitcoin
So I
BTC
must say
saw a
that
significant
at its
drop
core
from
it is
over
one of the best.
$96,000
Okay,
to a low around
and some of the things have been
$93,000 between
removed
the
as in the
afternoon of
HTML
November
part.
16th and the
Okay,
early morning of
consists
November
only
17th,
few of these things
2025.
which is required. So
Subsequently,
what happens
price began to
with
recover,
the Google
moving
Lens,
back
it will
up
be
toward the
easy to recognize.
$95,500
Okay,
level.
so suppose if I
Current
just have to
analysis
say search
suggests a
with
broader
Google Lens,
downward trend in
so it
November
will directly
2025
give
for
me
Bitcoin, with
all of
potential
the
for
stuff which is
short-term bullish
required.
corrections.
Start with AI and you can
Volume.
switch with
The
AI
volume
mode
bars show spikes
and
during
can do
periods of
analysis.
significant price
So
movement,
I have
particularly
downloaded
around a
this
major
chart
price drop on November
and I try
16th.
to analyze. So what I'm
Ease
doing,
of movement
just
EOM. The EOM is
save
an oscillator
images,
that measures the
and the
relationship
particular
between
date is
price change and
18/10,
volume, indicating the strength of price movement.
2025. So I've been given that name. Okay,
Hollow
so I'm
bullet
gonna
when the EOM line,
take
blue line in
this
the lower
chart
panel, is below
and
zero.
analyze as
Prices
I've
are
been
generally
done with
declining with
AI.
relative
Okay,
ease.
in direct method. In this
Hollow
I'm gonna
bullet, the
utilize
indicator shows a sharp
API which
increase
is
into
required
positive
generative
territory around 6 o'clock on November
Google
17th, suggesting the
API.
upward price
So I've
movement was
took
occurring
this
with relative ease, less
stuff
resistance
and I've
confirming
been
the
done
price
some
recovery
analysis.
seen in the main chart.
And I have been done
Trading
pretty
signal.
much
A rising
as
EOM
easy
above
as
zero
possible.
typically suggests a
Okay,
strong
so
bullish
giving
trend and
just
potential
text,
buying
it will be
opportunities
easy
when
to get
used in
the
conjunction with other indicators.
speech or say text recognition or say analysis or any of the stuff as a response you want. Okay, so in this also I'm gonna do the same. I will keep it very much simple. Okay, so let's get started. So I already have my API in this particular folder which I'm dealing as of right now, which I've been opened the notebook. Okay, so it will be there. With this I have to give the chart.png which I took it from Chartbot. Okay, so I'm gonna do the analysis. I'm gonna show you. So I will name this as a chart and I will read that png which has a readback, and in this I will name that png. So what is name? It is particularly date 25.png.
During the period captured in the chart November 16 to 17, 2025, news sentiment surrounding Bitcoin was broadly negative and cautious, driven by a sharp price decline and technical warning signs.
Okay.
Key
And there is a
sentiment
encode and
drivers.
decode method is there, so you have to follow
Bearish
this way.
technical indicators.
Base
The primary driver of negative
64.P64,
sentiment was the confirmation of a death
and
cross
you have to
on
say
November
encode,
16th, a major technical event where the
and
50-day
then
moving
finally
average crossed
you
below
have
the
to
200-day moving average.
echo inches of
This is traditionally viewed as a strong bearish signal,
shape.
increasing expectations of
Okay,
further
so
price
this is how
drops.
you will perform.
Extreme
And the
fear and
next
panic.
thing which you have
Bitcoin's
to do
fall
is you
below
have to put something
$95,000 led to a
as
massive
inline
spike in
data
discussions
and to
marked by
explain
widespread fear,
what type
uncertainty,
of
and doubt among retail
the
investors.
data or
This
format
level
or
of
type
panic
of
reached a
extensions
multi-month high,
you
a
are
condition
putting
that
here.
sometimes
So
precedes a
that
market
is
bottom.
important. So we have to open this
Macroeconomic
in text
concerns.
itself,
The market was bracing
which
for
you
key
will
U.S.
say
economic data
has an
releases and a potential shift in the Federal
comes
Reserve's
with,
stance
like,
on interest
after this
rates, which
comma
could
will
reduce
say
liquidity for
as
riskier
an
assets like
inline data. Okay.
cryptocurrencies. This
Inline
created a
store
cautious environment with
data.
high anticipated
That means
volatility.
this we have to provide
Significant price drop.
with
News
same
headlines
thing
highlighted
which
the sharp
consists of
fall,
our
with reports
okay.
of Bitcoin
Okay.
humbling Wall Street
So
faithful after
this also
$600 billion
deals with the same
plunge
because we
and
have
hitting
to give the
6-month
price.
lows, reinforcing the
So here
prevailing
syntax
bearish
is
mood.
important. If you miss anything,
In summary,
won't
the
you
market sentiment was
avoid the
characterized
results
by
which you're
bearish
looking for.
momentum,
Okay.
extreme
In
fear,
this
and
I have to
uncertainty as
say,
traders reacted
so
to
I
the
think
significant price
I've
volatility
been
and
pretty
negative
much
technical signals.
fun and close all of this stuff, and I have to say MIME type. So it will be multi-purpose international